Hi and welcome. If you're new here, my name's Pete, and today we are here in Train Sim World. Train Sim World 4 to be precise. And we're on the Manchester Piccadilly to Hadfield via Glossop Line. We're just about to leave in our nice little Class 323 on a more or less all stopping service all the way to Hadfield. So we'll be calling at Ashbury, Guybridge, Floweryfield, Newton for Hyde, Godley, Hattersley, Broadbottom, Dinting, Glossop, and finally Hadfield. We are due to set off in a minute, so we better start getting the train ready, and we'll see how we get on. I'll put the master key in. We need to unlock the doors, which we haven't done yet. Now the keys are on. Get the reverser into neutral, and we do have a combined throttle and brake on this train. Just take a little look outside. Reasonably busy Manchester Piccadilly. Unfortunately, it does only come with this class of train. Also, I believe if you have the East Midlands mainline route, you do see some of their services running through as well. But it does look a bit empty Piccadilly about any of the Transpennine or Pendolo services to London. Right, we are due to set off though, so let's jump back into the cab. First stop is Ashbury, which is about a mile away. Doors are closed at 1.5 miles. We'll get the reverser forward. Brakes and pressure's coming off. And there we go. So coming out the station, we have a 15 mile an hour speed limit, and then quickly it goes to 25, and then 30 as we get to Ardwick station. So right on 15, actually just about speeding. There we go. We'll just go down a little bit. Just try and maintain the throttle control. So this is the first time I've played Train Sim in a while. I own Train Sim World 2. Not really played the game at all since. However, I noticed there was a big sale on the train festival thing that Dovetail were doing. And I was kind of interested in this route, so the deluxe edition was £26. I thought it's probably worth picking up that. And I think I paid £3 for this route. Now, I understand it is well speedy. I understand it is quite a short end-to-end commute line, but there is a lot of stopping services. Now we go up to 25 now between Manchester and Hadfield. So far from what I've played, I have quite enjoyed my time with the route. And there we go, we're cleared up to 35 and 40. This is a timetable, one of the timetable services we're running. Pretty much leaving exactly to real time. Just getting to 1 o'clock now when I'm recording, so more or less, depending on how accurate the timetable is, a one-to-one service here. So this is the first little station on the route. We have Ardwick. It's not very, I think it only gets 2 services maybe a day, so it is pretty much abandoned now. There isn't much really at Ardwick, to be fair. And we can get up to 40. So we'll jump up the speed. So if this is your first time finding the channel, finding my content, I hope you enjoy it. The point of this channel is to do a lot of simulation videos, whether it be train sim, flight sim, but also some real life transport stuff as well. Maybe going on some of the lines that we play in Train Sim and seeing how the stuff in the simulator compares to what we actually have in real life. We don't need to brake that hard. I think I just put it into emergency by mistake. Apparently I'm not a good train driver. I wanted it to go into 3. There we go. Making a right mess so far. I do promise I'm not normally this bad at the game. We're quite a bit behind schedule as well, so we've got a little bit of catching up to do. Because I'm not concentrating on what I'm doing. Right, let's get the doors open. Hop outside the cab for a minute. So this is Ashbury. Normally in the background there you'd be able to see Manchester City's ground. Why are the doors not locking? Okay. Unfortunately it doesn't look like the Etihad is modelled, so I'm going to put us into 3 and try and catch up on some of this time. Overall though, the scenery here does seem pretty realistic. Jumping out the cab. To what you would see if you were driving this line for real. Let's get it into the highest notch of throttle. We've got 3 miles, so we need to get there in 2.5 minutes, which we're probably not going to do, but we can try and get closer. Pop the power off just on 58 miles an hour. I mean, it wouldn't be a Northern Rail service if you weren't running late anyway, so in that regard it's probably quite realistic. Another station we're just running through, not sure, I can't read what that is. I don't know why this service doesn't tend to stop at Gorton, which we've run through, and whatever that station was. Meant to be there in 30 seconds and we are still a mile out, so we've got a little bit of the time that we lost back. We're not speeding either, so well done. We do need to get down to 40 just before the station. There is a junction at Guy Bridge, the line. Here you go, here's the sign telling us to slow down to 40. At this junction here, if you go to the, well, what would be our left, you'd get to Staley Bridge. And it would actually join the Northern Transpennine route, which is also in the game. And just coming up here to our right, I believe this is the line that runs to Stockport from here, which features places like Denton, which is some of the least used train stations, not only in Great Manchester but the whole of the mainline UK. Reddish South as well. So here we are at Guide Bridge. We're about a minute late, which isn't too bad. We'll get the doors open. We'll just hop out the cab for a second here. You see this junction ahead, this is what we mentioned, where it heads off towards Staley Bridge. Okay. So, next stop is Flowery Fields. Due there in a minute and a half, so we're going to continue to run behind on the service. I don't think we're unfortunately going to make the time back. So, most of this line running out to Hadfield is basically the remains of the old Woodhead line. What would happen is from Hadfield it would go via the reservoirs to Woodhead Tunnel and then eventually off to Sheffield on the other side. I believe it closed. It was either late 80s, 70s. The Woodhead line closed before I was born anyway. But this is the section that still exists today. As I mentioned, other content, one of the things I was considering doing for this channel is actually taking this line up to Hadfield and then in the spring or summer, I believe it's a 6-mile walk from Hadfield to the Woodhead Tunnel portal, and actually going up and recording, walking the old train track. It's now a walking path. I'm following that right to the start of the Woodhead Tunnel. Woodhead itself was probably one of my favourite lines on the original Train Sim Classic. So it's nice to drive the modern version of the line. Just coming in here to Flowery Fields, so we'll start slowing down. This is where it gets really intense as well with stopping services. There's one every couple of minutes. I mean, you can see on the mini-map at the top, probably less than a mile between this station and our next stop. So here we are at Flowery Fields. We'll get the doors open again. Still running about a minute late. There we go, brakes are off. So Newton for Hyde is the next stop. So yeah, it's less than half a mile, well, just over half a mile basically between the two stops. So we're not gonna. Let's get the wipers on. There we go. I'm using the rail driver controller for driving the train today. But yeah, we're not gonna really get any speed before we're slowing straight back down for Newton for Hyde. And the rest of the route is going to be pretty much like this from the rest of the way out, so it's very much, if you've never seen the route or are interested in it, it's very much a suburban commuter line. Like, we got to about 45 there, and you can already see the next station. Get the doors open. Nice little station in Newton for Hyde, really. Very basic, I guess, but reminds me of my local station, which is Levenshulme. Not far away from Manchester Piccadilly. But it does seem quite similar. Brake pressure's coming off. We should be godly now, so we're still running behind our timetable. Cruise. Now we'll start braking. Brake pressure to come off. I'm not, because I'm using the rail driver, I not the reverser. It's a bit the reverser and the rail driver, if you have ever used a control on this train, is a bit weird. So the forward position on there is more where the neutral position is marked on the controller, and then so it's very easy when I've been driving this route to inadvertently knock the reverser into neutral just when you're trying to reach the throttle control, which is next to it. And that's basically what happened there. I inadvertently put the train into neutral. We do have a little bit of a abandoned station here. I'm not sure what station this is or was. I'll have to look that up. So this is Hattersley, of an island platform. We're getting towards the end of the line now. I think it's Broadbottom then Dinting. There might be one more in between. And then the line does something interesting because it kind of goes into a V shape and down to single track where it heads up to Glossop, where we're heading to at the moment. On one side of the V junction, gets to Glossop where it's a dead end, turns around and then heads back down the same track. Down the other line you'll see it dinting up to Hadfield. Unfortunately, on the route system, on the timetable at least, they have split the timetable into two parts. So it's generally one part from Manchester Piccadilly to Glossop, or Glossop to Manchester Piccadilly, whichever way around you're doing it, and then the short run from Glossop to Hadfield, which only takes a few minutes really, is its own separate part of the schedule. So if you want to run the complete service, you'll have to pay attention to the engine number, otherwise you'll end up with the wrong bit. So you can see Broadbottom just in the distance. We'll get slowed down for it. Heavier braking there, was going a little bit too quick. We did get a little bit of time back though. We're only about half a minute behind schedule now, so catching up after the disastrous start leaving Piccadilly. We do have a 40 speed limit coming up. I don't know if this is the viaduct or the bridge, but between here and Dinting there's a little bit of a viaduct we go over, and it's a couple of miles to Dinting, and that's when the track gets a little interesting. Now this is just a bridge, so there's still a little bit of a viaduct. Yeah, I think this is the one I was thinking about here. It's just over the river. It's quite nice scenery though, I do enjoy. I think that we have done a good job on the scenery in this route for a commute route. Again, it's mainly all relatively built up inner city Manchester area, so you do see pretty much a lot of houses, but it's nice trackside to drive along, I think. So I'll take the power off, 53, and just let it cruise. We do apparently have a red signal coming up. It's gone green, but if you see on the little mini map, you see the little 10 sections there. That's the V junction at Dinting. So we're going to start bringing... Use first stage brake. You can see the aspect signal taking us off to the right to jump up to Glossop. And this is a Dinting viaduct, I believe. Here you see the track jump down to single track. We're well over the speed limit because we broke way too late there. But hopefully we're okay. We're slowing down anyway. We didn't derail it, it's fine. It's fine. So yeah, this is a 2-platform station. I don't know if they run services on the other platform. I don't think there is any just direct, at least not on the timetable anyway, any just direct Manchester Piccadilly to Hadfield without going via Glossop, so I don't really know what they use that other platform for. It might just be a disused leftover platform. And now all the services use platform 2 to go this way, the way that we're heading. We're actually back ahead of time. Not sure what the woman stood there waiting for. With any other services that go this way. Maybe she wants the train to Piccadilly coming back, I guess. Must be waiting for that. Waiting for us to turn around and bringing the train back towards Piccadilly. Right, we'll get doors locked, and for this part of the journey we've got just the one more. And then we get it turned around and head back this way. And then we go on just the track to our left. If we jump out, just that track there is what takes us to Hadfield on the way back. I think it's all single track. I've only done the route a couple of times, so, and the full run, so and that was from Hadfield to Manchester. But I believe this whole section, but I know this section is definitely single track. I believe the section heading up to Hadfield is also all single track these days. Don't know what this board here means. Is it I think it might be a reduced signal, a reduced speed board. But if anyone knows and can confirm what that actually means, let me know, because very interested to find out. Slow crawl at 10 miles an hour into Glossop, and it's dead end, as we said. Don't know if in the past this used to go anywhere, or whether this was always a dead end track, basically. And a terminating station here at Glossop. Again, if you happen to know any more about the history of the line, let me know in the comments down below, and I'll be happy to hear from you. So we get doors unlocked. Has it not registered being stopped? Apparently it didn't stop in the right place. It's very pedantic, this, so I'm not sure why that didn't just take it. There we go. Being a bit picky that. In the other side of the cabin. Let's get the master key in. Let's get the doors unlocked. I've got a couple of minutes before we're due to leave. It's only a short run. I think it takes about 8 minutes time just to go back at ourselves and get to Hadfield. It's a quite interesting little station, really, Glossop. I'm not sure what these two, what the buildings are to the side now, but it looks like it was at one point a much bigger station than what it is today. So maybe it did go somewhere. About a minute and to go. I'll come back to you when we're ready to leave. Okay, we've just got the doors locked. We got a mile and a half to get to Hadfield. We'll get the reverser back and forward because it reset. And we'll get on our way. We've got 10 miles again, just leaving the station here. And then we get a short, tiny little section where we can get some speed going, and then we get back to the other side of that V junction, where this time we'll be varying off to the what will be our right, coming this way. If you're going back to Piccadilly, you'd be going left. I'm so annoyed it didn't accept my parking on the first bit. It was literally 10 feet away from where it wanted me to park, and didn't end the timetable service. We'll just take that as a quirk of the game. We'll call it a bug. So here we are, getting a little bit of speed back. It's very pretty, the scenery. Yeah, this must be some type of slow down, reduce speed sign. Again, if anyone knows in the comments, do let me know. But I think every time I've seen him along the route, it's always coming to one of these slow 10-mile-an-hour section, so it's got to be what it means. Maybe pick up a little bit more speed. This is where it drops at 25, and then very, very quickly afterwards drops to 10. You can see on the aspect signal ahead that it's veering us off to the right this time. And here's the start of the 10-mile-an-hour section, so we'll just put in a little bit of brake. Helps if I made the power handle the right way on my real driver controller. We'll just crawl through. Then we get a line speed of 40 just heading up to Hadfield. And then according to Trainsim World, we get a line speed of 90 just after. If only that was the case, and if only the Woodhead route still existed. The only way to travel between Manchester and Sheffield these days is on the Hope Valley line, which you can get for Trainsim Classic. That actually does include part of this route, because I believe it has services to Marple, so it does include Ardwick and going off that way. I'm not sure how far along it goes, because I'm not I don't own the Hope Valley line for Trainsim Classic, but that is the only current way to get from Manchester to Sheffield. There have been suggestions at potentially looking at reinstating the Woodhead line, although I'm not sure how you do that, because I believe I mean, most of the track is a walking path, so that's fine, but I believe there are a few houses and other buildings that have been built since the line was closed, so they don't own all the right way anymore, at least on the Manchester side. But yeah, there has been suggestions over the year about getting the line restored as a alternative into increased capacity between Manchester and Sheffield. So we'll see if that happens in the future. Okay, need to get down to 15. I'm not sure, I think it's just here, the 15 signal. Maybe it's not a speed sign, because there's one just here coming into Hadfield. I'm not sure. If you, as I said, if you do know in the comments down below, let me know. I'm very interested to find out what that actually means. So about a minute late getting here into Hadfield. Okay, and we'll get the doors open. It has accepted where it stopped this time. And again, it's going to give me a gold for that as well. I actually misclicked there. Well, if you've enjoyed today's video, don't forget to give it a like and a comment, and also subscribe to the channel if you have enjoyed today's content. I am looking forward to doing a lot more train sim, flight sim, real world transport stuff in the future. For now though, I wish you all a good day. Goodbye.